So starting at the beginning of the house, right? I'll try to make a full 360. This is the gate to our house. Straight over here is where the Sucata Tortoise lives back there. And then over here we have a little bit for our cars to come in. Well, we only have one car. Cars to come in and park underneath there. But here what we have is, this is jackfruit, and it's really delicious. Fortunately for us, we get to eat it for free. And behind that over here is, these are lemon or lime trees and stuff like that. But the burning season hasn't started yet, so a lot of the leaves are still on the ground. And here's something I do want to talk to you, because we started planting these 15 years ago, and they're called, in Thai, they're called donsak. But you see my hand, I have a pretty big hand. They're a very strong wood, and my understanding is donsak is teak. So what happens is they grow, but in order to make them thicker, we have to cut the leaves so that the energy that the tree is using to build that big stem. And we have one over here. We have bigger ones than that. This is, I believe what we're looking at here is a mango fruit. I think mangoes grow on here, which is, this is mangoes here. There's a mango right there. You can see it right there. And that mango will turn yellow. So they're like the honeydew in America. I've seen them in America priced at like $2.50 a piece. And we are so lucky we get to eat them for free. I believe this is chrysanthemum. And this is the Thai holy basil right there. That's nice for cooking grapau gai and stuff like that. And then this here, I don't know what it is, but this one here is not a donsak. It is, I think it's a walnut tree, like an Asian walnut tree. And it looks like it's got some sort of a sickness. And these over here are something that I am unable to name. But if you can look on the ground and you see all these leaves that fell down, and we just don't have, it's not the time of the season where we can scrape them up and burn them. My only fear is walking on them as well. I hope there isn't a cobra, because eventually, sometimes we get cobras running around here. And then over here is a little shadier, and we have there's a rooster inside, and little chicks. I don't think we're going to get a very good view, because trust me, they're in there. You can hear them. And this is the bottom side of our house. So we have the house on stilts in case of flood, basically, because it does flood a lot in Thailand, although it's never flooded up to that point. It has flooded up to this point here, right? But just recently we raised the land so that it when the water comes, and I'll show you where it comes, it comes down the canal. My wife raised the level of the property, and as you can see, all this green stuff here, see, this is good dirt that we had put down, and that's all rice. Now, it's not rice for production, commercial production. That's just going to be rice for us to eat. These here are I know these are walnut trees, and I thought they looked similar. And that one does have spots similar to the other tree that I thought was a walnut tree. So I'm going to have about an 85% belief that those are both walnut trees. They get quite big, if you can see. They're not the walnut trees that you see. I don't think they're the walnut ones you see on 42nd Street in Manhattan on those corner stores. corner kiosks, or whatever you want to call them. And this is another fruit. I'm not sure what it is. I mean, I know what it was. At one point, I knew what it was, and I'll have to learn that again. But here's that donsak again. And you can see at the very top, it doesn't get that. I mean, it looks kind of high, but that's probably 20 feet high. And but what really matters is that these grow really straight, really strong. And what those are used are for building houses, right? So when we bought the land, what we did was plant those because, and that was under the instruction of B's mother's husband, because he said, you know, in 15, 20 years, they're worth money. Here we do our recycling, and underneath here, you're going to see what's called bird's eye chili, even though that's not what is said in Thai. It's said in Thai, we say prik ki nu, which is pepper bird shit. I don't know why, but anyway. But so we're getting towards the back of the land here now. And not quite, because there's a lot more to say. But this is bamboo. This is actually an amazing... Bamboo is really amazing for all the different kinds of things that you can use for it. But, and it grows fast and it's strong. I mean, you can make knives out of it. You can make houses. You can do almost anything with bamboo. And it's such a, regenerative thing. Only wish people used more bamboo. This is the canal, and it's not quite a great view of the canal, but you can see this is where, when the rain season comes, this canal will rise up to here, and you'll see people's like pieces of people's houses, mattresses, all sorts of stuff being come down from the mountains or wherever this canal comes from. They're bringing stuff. And so this stuff here, this is a mulberry tree. We've planted plenty of mulberry trees because mulberry, well, who doesn't like mulberry? And Mr. Tao, or Mr. Q, loves mulberry leaves. So we got to make sure that he has enough mulberry leaves. More mulberry there for him. More mulberry over here. This is all going to be mulberry back here, but mixed with rice. But this is banana, and this banana tree is very young. It needs a lot of water. It looks like it needs water, but it rained for the last 3 or 4 days, so I don't know. I'm not sure. And here's some more mulberry, and in the background is the water. That's the canal, and there are fish in there. People fish there, and but this is not overfished. You know, this portion of canal is not overfished. Very rarely do people. This little house here is called a jiao ti. The jiao ti is to keep away, or let me get this right, either to keep away spirits or to direct friendly spirits to come back to home. One or the other. Either way, it's just fine with me. And this appears to be another chestnut tree. But then since we're back here, we get a full visage of the back of the house here. All right, that's the walnut. Up front, there's a palm tree. Palm tree is right next to another tree, which has beautiful, if you can see up there, you can see it's blooming. It's going to bloom something, but I'm not sure. And we go back here, and I'm going to show you another thing. Other stuff that we get and that you can get in the supermarket called kombucha. No, it's not kombucha, but these are Japanese. These are the leaves for Japanese squash. And we have a lot of that because it's quite delicious, and we use it in curry and other things. You can do a lot of different things with that, but this is particularly used for around here for curry. And there's some weeds involved in here. And here's the Don Sac, that the one that I really like, because this guy really grew, really nice, thick, and that'll bring a nice price when we're ready to chop it down. They grow fairly quickly, so don't think it's like deforestation or anything like that. And then we have some more bamboo over here, and on the side of the house we decided to put these really perfume smelling bushes. There's no fruit, but their blossoms smell really wonderful, and we keep that next to the house to help keep the house smelling nice. And here we have this tree. Here is an avocado tree. Unfortunately, if you can see, it's a little bit too close to the house, and I think since we've been growing avocado trees for about 20 years now, and we've never had an avocado, I am very certain that GMO Monsanto has made it so that we will not be able to have avocados to eat on our own volition. And over here, there's a little bit of a garden. This area over here, it's a little bit thick. I'm not going to go into it now, but there's like some fish pond in there and stuff like that. Because I just want to get back to the end of the property to give you that thing. This here is the pump that we pump the water from the canal so we can water our plants. This is a Don Sac that is actually very small. It's getting ready to go. We're not going to chop that down. And then over here, some more bamboo, some more Japanese squash, right? And the last thing I wanted to show you was what's called gamangon. And what you call it in the United States is dragon fruit. So the dragon fruit, those big red, they're the size of a softball. They grow out of these cactus-like creatures, plants, and you get a lot of them, and they're absolutely delicious. We eat them for free, but in the United States, you probably pay, I don't know, upwards of, I don't know, $3.50, $5 a dragon fruit or something like that. They're quite expensive. We have some in here. Hopefully Mr. Q will find that appetizing. And hold on a second, did he move? He's out and about. Mr. Q is walking. Right, let's find him. Let's see where he's at. Because I didn't see him over there, unless he dug a deeper burrow. I think he has a new hangout spot. We're gonna find it. No, there's not a hangout spot there. Where is he? Holy cow, he can't disappear. He's got to be somewhere. He's not over here. Let's see. Wow, where are you, boy? Later, I'll show you about why sulcata or African spurred tortoises have those lances in front of their skull. Not skull, their shell. But right now, I'm kind of curious. Oh no. That's it. He was so well camouflaged I couldn't even see him. But here, I'll zoom in, and you can see him there at the base. I think he's making his nest even more comfortable. Anyway, thank you guys so much if you made it this far for looking at this video, because it gives a little more explanation about what we're doing and how we're living. And if you could like and subscribe, we would super appreciate it. Or even leave a comment, questions about anything. We'll answer every question. Thank you so much. God bless.